Back when I used to give regular satsangs, occasionally I would say, oneness fills the room. No, I was speaking, corresponding with one of the questioners, George, and I spoke of universal love as opposed to personal love, because, your idea of love has an opposite, which is hate. And what you want to find is the love that is so great that it embraces everything. George had some questions about that because it seemed a little impersonal, maybe even cruel. Way back when the Enlightenment first happened, I had a whole series of poems that just came, and I wrote them down. There's a book called It Just Is. You can find it on my website. Anyway, I'm going to read you one of those poems. It goes, it's all love. Every drop, everything you can name, and all that you cannot. It's all love. The joy and laughter, the sorrow and pain, it's all love. Love is the thread that binds all things. Love is what makes us all the same. It's all love. You see, one time, it was a long time ago, I had a vision. And in the vision, like this satsang was happening with Ramesh. And there was this talking going on, because that's how satsangs work. A lot of talking, a lot of back and forth. And that was going on. But what was really going on was not that. There was like this, it's not describable, but let's just say it was like a vat of gold. And everything was in that vat of gold. It was all one unit. Now, in the distance, there was just this mumbling going on, and you could barely hear it because of the magnitude of what was really there, which was this oneness, this pure oneness, you see? So the talk, the satsang, this satsang, right now, you're involved with the words. You're involved with the concepts and the thoughts. That's not what's going on here. Oneness fills the room. There is complete unicity. Now, to understand what I'm talking about, you have to understand how the mind works. The mind takes oneness and it turns it into a duality, into a me and you, into a this and that, into a good and bad. And then, you see, you have the ingredients for a story. You have a beginning, a middle, and an end. You have time. You have movement. You see, you have this sense of separation from God, separation from your own self. Now you're a person. Now you're an individual. Now you're doing a story. And you're doing this, and you're thinking that, and and it all goes on, and it's very, very convincing. It's just like when you go to the movies. You know none of that's real. You know it's not real. But you just let go of that so you can enjoy the movie. You let go of the fact that nothing is really happening, and you buy into the colors on the screen and the sounds coming out of the speaker And you just say, this is what it is. And then you enjoy the movie. I mean, people go to horror movies all the time, and they enjoy those too. Now, if your life is a horror movie, not so much. Because you have that personal perspective. God has all the perspectives. Billions of people, billions of planets, billions of everything. And it's more than billions. It's more than trillions. It's more than your mind can conceive of. Everything is all going on and not going on at the same time. Everything is love. All of it. So you'll have to imagine this. Your mind, it's its job to pick apart the oneness and distinguish between this and that, so that you can have this story you call your life. And you can learn what you learn. And you can do what you do. And you can have all the feelings. All the feelings. You see, the mind says this one's good, this one's bad. Someone once said, you can't have a light without a dark to stick it in. So you're living in a world of interrelated opposites. The one cannot exist without the other. Without evil, there could be no good. They rely on each other for their very existence. So your mind says evil is bad, we don't want any of it. Good, we like, that feels nice. Let's keep that around. But you always get a mixture, because that's how the world is. So, the thing about it is, it's not like you disconnect. It's like you reconnect with everything. You become one with everything. Because that's what you are. So while you're pretending to be someone separate, you never were. You could not be. We are all one. We are all one. It's just the nature of it. It's the nature of everything. The amazing thing is that you can actually realize this. It can be realized. Let's put it that way. Someone in one of the other comments said, he said, I don't even know what enlightenment is. This is correct. And whatever you think it is, it ain't that. This stillness, this just being, is beyond all words and concepts. Now, when the Enlightenment first happened, I was describing to someone what had happened, and it was, and the person said, well, that sounds a lot like enlightenment. And I just said, well, maybe it is, but it's not what I was seeking. All I can say is I'm at peace with myself. You see, I was expecting fireworks. Really, the number one best orgasm ever. That's not what I got. I got something better and much more mellow than that. You see, all I got was peace. But there's something to be said for that. There's something to be said for that. It wasn't even like I got it. I'm using words, but they're not accurate. You see, nobody gets anything. It just is. Everything just is. You see, that was the title to the book of poems. It just is. Everything just is. And there's a peace in that, you see. The mind wants to pick it apart and say, well, this is and this isn't. But that's the mind's job. I don't get involved. I don't get involved with the mind's operations. Now, while living in a body, it's good to have a mind, because it helps you navigate this appearance of differences. So it's handy for that. But no one identifies with it anymore. No one thinks that what they think is who they are, or that no one takes ownership of any of those thoughts or any of those actions. They just go on. They just go on. I don't know if this helps. I just want you to know that what you're seeking, you already are. This is guaranteed. What you seek, you already are. So you don't have to work very hard to get there. And any action you take, any movement you make, pulls you further away. It's all here. It's always been here. You can't miss it, and you can't find it. Yeah, it's not to be found, because it just is. Who would find it? Some character would find it? No. It is. And in the end, we are one. All of this is one. We've just gone to the movie theater and suspended the truth and dove into a dream. Just remember, you're pretending. If you want peace, let someone else pretend for a while. You don't have to. Peace is in oneness. You will not find peace in duality, because there's always this and that. There's always a light with the dark to stick it in. There's always evil. Of course. There has to be. So, this is not something for you to do or to be, because it's already who you are. It's already what you are. No words will suffice, but I'm hoping that in these words, that you can feel what it is I'm talking about, and that you can see in your imagination that really what's here is that vat of pure gold, embracing everything as one, and that this talk is just some mumbling in the background, getting everyone pointed in the right direction, and let that oneness just fill you. And let it be what is. And the rest of it, just witness it as it is. Happy dreams. Till next time, Sagarnad Maharaj Ki Jai.